Good morning, everybody. It is a little after 7 on day 15, and walking across Fontana Dam heading into the Smokies. So I got big intentions of making it to Derek's Knob Shelter today. That's a 23-mile day. Don't know if that'll happen, but we're going to keep that as a goal until it's apparent that it's not going to happen, and then we'll downgrade. But I'd like to make it through the Smokies in 4 days anyway. So that's the goal, and we're heading towards it. Check in up the trail. Okay, at the trailhead, heading into the Smokies, and I'm going to walk up here to the box and deposit our Smoky permit, and we're going to head on the way. I don't know if you can tell this, but there's a big frost on the ground this morning. It rained and got really cold last night and everything frosted over. Actually, you can see it on top of the box right here. So it's kind of chilly this morning. All right, let's put our permit in here and hit the trail. I'll see you up the trail. It is definitely frosty this morning. I'm making first tracks on the snow, what little bit there is. And the sun's out, so hopefully things will warm up and this stuff will melt away pretty quick. But I'm about 2 hours in from Fontana, doing a little ridge walk here. It's not been too bad. It's a long way to get up in here, but it's really gradual, and the walking's not too bad at all. So today's going pretty good. See you up the trail. So the higher you get, the more snow there is. It's really pretty. It definitely makes for a chilly morning. Good times. Man, I don't know if this is showing up or not, but I am getting pelted by ice fall out of these trees. All the snow and ice that froze in the trees is warming up and breaking loose, and it is just raining down. It's like being in a freaking hailstorm. I guess on the bright side, all the crunchy ice does give the trail better traction. But every now and then you take a direct hit right down the back of your collar. So you've got like a big icicle hanging out down right down your spine. It's pretty invigorating, actually, for lack of a better term. But I don't know if this will show up or not, but man, I hope it does, because it is ridiculous. It is really coming down now. There's no way to dodge it. Just got to keep moving and hope for the best. See you up the trail. Oh boy, man, I am finally up here at the Derek Knob Shelter. It's been a long, hard day, but it was worth it. Smokies are 72 miles, and we put a 23.5-mile chunk of that behind us today. So that's all good. All right, let's go get set up. Good morning, everybody. It is around 9:30 on Monday, April 9th. I believe today is day 16. And had a rough night last night at Derek Knobb's shelter. Man, we got rain, ice, freezing rain, snow, and you can see the sloshy conditions of the trail. It has been nasty for the last 2 days. But still cranked out 23.5 yesterday. And today's goal, getting a late start, it's going to be a long day, but I'm going to Newfound Gap and into Gatlinburg to try to get some stuff washed up and dried out. Everything I got is wet and muddy. Instead of getting wet and sandy, we're getting wet and muddy. But it's warm enough as long as you're moving. But downright a cold morning. About froze my fingers off getting all the ice shaken off the tent and get the tent rolled up. The shelter was completely full last night. It had a capacity of 12, and there's probably 16 people smashed in there. And then outside the shelter there were probably 15 tents. So lots of people bunching up through the Smokies. And because of that, the shelters tonight will be the same way. And that's my motivation to walk a little bit further and just go get a room. So, and it shouldn't really hold me back that much. Might cost me 3 or 4 miles tomorrow. Depends on what time I get started. Good ride back up to Newfound Gap, but if anything, it'll just be a Nero out of Gatlinburg. All right, I gotta pay attention to this trail, man. It's slick. Catch up with you later. Man, you really haven't been hiking until you had to hike in ice water all day long. This is some really cold mud. But it's part of it. And we're moving on up the trail, making progress, heading toward Newfound Gap. Definitely not any views today. Everything's socked in. It's weather breaks. I'll try to get some pictures, but otherwise I think I'm just going to focus on keeping busy putting the miles down. See you up the trail. Alright, made it to Klingman's Dome Tower, but I doubt there's going to be any view today. I'm going to stroll up here anyway, just to see. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be a break in the clouds that rolls by and the sun will shine for 30 seconds and we'll take one picture. This sure is a lot easier climbing than it was to get up here on the trail, that's for sure. Up there's the tower. Whoa, it's windy up here. I'm not going to stay up here long. guess there's a lot worse places to have lunch than on the summit of Max Patch. What a beautiful day. It's about 10 to 1 and I'm going to cruise up to the summit here, take a quick lunch break, and then keep rolling. I'm going to at least go to Walnut Mountain Shelter. I think that'll be 20 for the day. But if I get there and it's still crazy early, I may just mosey on by and find the stealth site somewhere for the night. Anyway, it's a beautiful day on Max Patch. Oh man, just as I start videoing, the wind starts blowing. But just got back in the woods off Max Patch. Oh my gosh, it was so nice up there. Really nice breeze blowing, clear blue sky, sun's out. That was a tough place to leave. I could have laid right there and napped all afternoon. Anyway, had a great lunch. Actually caught back up to Crux and Cruise. We're back in the sort of the same section of trail again, and we'll probably wind up camping in the same spot tonight. They're still chilling out back there doing lunch, but they're way fast enough to catch me, so I'll see them up the trail. See you guys up the trail also. Good morning, everybody. It's about 7:30 on Friday, April 13th. Oh, really? Friday the 13th. Awesome. And I believe today is day 20. Just left Walnut Mountain Shelter and got about 13 miles to get into Hot Springs. Shouldn't be too bad a day. I think that guy right over there is pretty much the only climb of the day, and then it's sort of rolling to downhill into town. But looks like this area all through here has been I guess prescribed burns, because it looks like it's been very controlled. Anyway, things are going good and just rolling along. Hope everybody's having a good morning, and we'll see you up the trail. Oh baby, I can hear cars down in Hot Springs. Probably still maybe 2 miles out, but just flying down the mountain, and I am super stoked to get down there. I am starving. I'm gonna hurt some lunch somewhere. But man, this has been such a mixed bag and intense last few days. I stepped into the Smokies last Sunday morning, and in less than an hour on Friday afternoon, I'm going to be stepping out at Hot Springs. So I've been pretty focused on trying to make good time through here and really starting to hit my stride. Today is 13 miles from Walnut Mountain to Hot Springs, and I'm not exactly sure what constitutes a Nero, but after a 20 and a couple 23 and a halves, 13 seems like you're just getting warmed up. So I don't know, I'm sure that's not a Nero, and that might be upsetting to some, but it's kind of how it feels, which is kind of good, man, to know that fitness is there and the legs are starting to come around, and I'm finally starting to get my pack weight ironed out. I actually didn't have enough food for a real breakfast this morning. I had a couple big scoops of peanut butter, a cup of coffee, and that's what we're rolling into Hot Springs on. So the food bag has never been so empty and light. And if you plan right, that's how you should be when you're rolling into a resupply. It's the first time I've actually been able to hit that correctly in almost 3 weeks. But pretty stoked. And I have a friend I used to work with many years ago who moved up to the area. he contacted me and he's going to meet me in Hot Springs for lunch. So it'll be kind of fun to get caught up on that side as well. All right, it's going uphill, so you don't want to hear me huffing and puffing. See you up there. And that right down there is the French Broad River. And on that river is Hot Springs. And we are getting close. Yes, sir.